everyone, Craig from the University of Applied Research and Development, and I have with me Tim.
Morning, Craig.
Hi, tell us about yourself.
Ex-military, oil and gas now, 24th year in a couple of weeks' time. All things to do with training and competency for key personnel in emergency response incident command offshore.
We're delighted to be working with you and the Wild Geese crew. What's your title now?
Founder, we're still in the COVID-19 recovery control order. So we digitalised a lot of our trainings, and I saw fit to step up our COO, Chief Operations Officer, into the CEO position. So he's a little bit more in tune with the IT of life. And I stepped into a founder role, look after business continuity and nurture him through the process. Yep.
You've done an incredible job when most people are hunkering down. You've actually innovated and built new things and got a world first, haven't you?
Yeah, we are. We're the only accredited, OPITO-accredited training centre to provide remote learning. I think there's only two types of businesses here: those that are going to put their head in the sand and wait for the environment to change, or those that are going to seize the day and find a different way of doing the same business. And that's the pathway we've chosen. Yep.
Well, your team at Wild Geese Group has certainly done that. Today we're going to spend some time talking about the OPITO MEMIR, Major Emergency Management, Initial Response. Who should attend that training?
Okay, the MEMIR is one of the newer courses. It's less than 10 years old. It was brought about for the offshore people who just used to come and do the assessment, and the failure rate was quite high. So they built a bridging course, the MEMIR Initial Response, where you come and get appraised. And based on the appraisal, you are then sent back to the workplace for up to 3 months, and then you come and do the assessment. And the pass marks were a lot better. The students passing the assessment were better. So who should attend? It should be your number twos, your number ones and your number twos. But primarily, it's a pathway of growing, developing your number two into the number one position, number one being the boss offshore. Yeah.
Is that why the course is so important to industry?
It is important because it's one of only two courses. There's only two courses out of all the OPITO accredited courses that are appraisals. Every other course is a pass or fail. These are appraisals. So it's a gap analysis. It's very important because they come to schools like we've got and they do the program and we identify the gaps. Then they go back to the workplace and they try and close those gaps. Then when they come back for the formal assessment, it's normally a lot better outcome for them. Yep.
So when students complete, what do they walk away with?
Well, they walk away with an understanding of what the key position is meant to do, the incident commander. They walk away with the knowledge of how to become a logistics coordinator, how to become a muster controller, looking after the head count at assembly points, how to become a recorder, recording important incident details and data for the reports afterwards. So we teach them 5 different parts of the process, and we appraise them in only one, but we teach them all 5. So they walk away with a lot better understanding of how the collective is meant to work, as opposed to what the individual captain's role is.
So why is the MEMIR different to other OPITO courses?
Well, yeah, like I said earlier on, it's because it's one of only 2 appraisals, the gap analysis. The exam that they do on the MEMIR is exactly the same as the exam they will do on the Offshore Installation Manager Assessment, but it's an appraisal. So that's what makes it different. It's an appraisal. They get an appraisal certificate, and traditionally it's seen as the first step of the 2-step process.
So is it only for offshore or for both?
It's for both. We can do offshore and onshore, so it can be used for onshore terminals, large tank farms, production terminals, process areas. So we've got 2 models, an offshore model and an onshore model. Yeah.
So tell us about some of those skills that people learn, and give us an example of some of the practical sessions that people do.
Okay, they're required to sit through a minimum of two scenarios in the number 1 position. And if there's 6 people on course, they'll go through a total of 12 scenarios, because they'll be in the other supporting roles. But some of the skills they'll learn is the art of delegation, command and control, how to be an authoritative speaker, how to process and plan, forward thinking outside the box. So it's very, very heavily based on behavioural patterns and producing the right behaviour, how to gain confidence, how to conduct short information sharing sessions that we call timeout sessions, where they'll stop the movement of everything and just plan for the next journey, the next 5 minutes phase of the process. They're the skills they'll learn, a lot of behavioural skills.
Did you say 6 people attend? Is that the maximum number?
Maximum number 6 people. It's a 4-day course for 6 people. If it's just 2 people, then you're probably going to come and go within 2 days. Yep.
Okay. So what would be the next step if someone needs to get that course done to help their career?
Well, there's no prerequisites for this course. So unlike the OIM course, which is the formal assessment where you've got to be an incumbent OIM or an incumbent number 2, the MEM-IR, there's no prerequisites. So you can come on that course just by being an offshore worker.
And then from there, what's the next stage to move their professional development forward?
Yeah, well, you come and attend the course, the appraisal, then you go back to work for up to 3 months, and then you come back and sit the assessment. We then gauge that you've closed out the gaps that we identified during the appraisal, during the MEM-IR, and then you come on the formal assessment and you should pass.
Well, we're excited with the university, with UARD, to provide a pathway, recognition of prior learning and credit for people into our Bachelor program as well, in exclusive collaboration with Wild Geese Group. If someone's interested in doing that because they've done the program with you already, what's the next step for them?
Yeah, well, this is a good thing about what we've created with your good self is if they've done this course, then this is credits towards their Diploma 4. So it's like getting 2 certificates. You can come and do the OPITO OIM, OPITO PMIC and MEM-IR, and then we submit that as a collective and it works towards your Diploma 4. The next step would be to get the courses to the left and right of this and work towards your bachelor's. Definitely, the bachelor's will take you out of industry too, because emergency response exists in every industry, whereas the OPITO certificates are pretty much only valid for oil and gas. So if you are looking for a career or a pathway that may take you out of industry, then why wouldn't you use the existing OPITO MEM-IR certificate to start building your degree in emergency response?
Fantastic. Tim, from the Wild Geese Group, thanks so much for your time.
Not a problem. Anytime, Craig.